So this morning I have got one of my favourite bands on, and they're called Tycho. They're from London, and they're not a heavy band. They're not a pop band. They're not. You can't even put a genre on them. They're very experimental, very electronic, if anything, but very chilled out, very relaxing music. And I've been a huge fan of Tycho for a very long time, and I've decided to start my day with listening to a few of the albums and just sitting here with my internet off my phone, my TV off, and just chilling and looking out the window. And it's amazing what music can do for you. And if anybody knows me will know that I used to be a very highly active musician in a metal bands, several metal bands. And I think the appreciation for music needs to be seen a lot more. And if anyone's listening to this and they're big on performing music, creating music, I've got a lot of great close friends who are still into that and still really do prioritize that. It's the top of their list. And it's just an incredible thing to be able to sit down and just listen to music. And the fact that we've got that right in front of us as well through things like YouTube is just incredible. We are so lucky. I remember back in the day when I was a teenager, and I would have to buy an album and then dive and then put it onto my iPod. Whereas you didn't have this. YouTube thing was only just starting out, and it's amazing that we've got things like Spotify and iTunes and these things that we can just click of a button and we can listen to whatever we want. And I think it's important to have music in your life for lots of different reasons, and it's important to have different kinds of music in your life, different kinds of genres. Anybody that knows me, I have the biggest variety of taste in music you will ever see. One day you'll see me listening to to hip hop, to Tupac or Notorious B.I.G., and then the next day you'll hear me listening to something really chilled out, like some classical music. Like I sometimes like listening to Classic FM, believe it or not. And then the next day you'll hear me listening to the heaviest metal you've ever heard in your life, screaming, angry, and it's amazing. It's an amazing thing. And I think utilizing different kinds of music and your favorite music for different reasons is a fantastic thing. So I like to meditate quite a lot. I'll talk about meditation in another audio note, but just some examples is when I'm meditating, it's a lot more chilled out. It's a lot more relaxing, a lot more. There's actually a YouTube channel if anyone wants to check it out. It's called Chill Out Deer. So it's chill out and the word deer, but it's Deer. And they've got a lot of mixes up. They've got a live channel up, and that's the kind of stuff I like to listen to when I meditate. But then when I'm working out, but if it's a kind of workout which is a heavy weights workout, or if I'm doing heavy deadlifts, or just there's a heavy strength demand, it particularly has to be very hardcore metal, very heavy hardcore metal, aggressive, in your face, fast. You just go for it kind of stuff. And I find myself, I cannot perform. That just gets me fired up. That activates part of my, that activates the adrenaline more than anything. And then if I'm doing cardiovascular stuff, so I'm doing the long run, I actually find myself listening more to more lighter rock, kind of lighter, not as heavy metal, but lighter rock with big singing, good catchy choruses. And then when I'm driving, I like to listen to rap music, believe it or not. I really enjoy driving when I'm listening to like Tupac, or if I'm actually walking as well, sometimes I like to listen to a bit of Tupac, or if I've got something coming up which is a challenge and I need a boost in confidence, I find that rap gives me a lot of confidence as well. It gives me that swag in a way. And this is the great thing about music. There's so much out there. And if anyone's listening to this today, have a think about your favorite bands, your favorite artists, and how maybe you can expand your diversity and variety through exploring different kinds of music that you haven't, you would maybe ignore or be a bit arrogant towards, and give it a try and see how you feel towards it. Because many years ago, the last thing I'd be listening to was Tupac, and now I love him. I absolutely love him. So I gave him a chance, and you've got to give everything a chance and see how you respond to it, and think, how can I use this to serve me today, to use this as a tool to improve myself, to improve the way that I feel. It doesn't have to be a criteria behind it. You can just put something on that makes you feel good. And I spoke previously in a blog about a couple of months ago about power songs as well. Any of my clients will know about this as well. And having a playlist of power songs, and there's a very short list, 4 or 5 songs of just these songs that always get you in the zone, get you fired up. Like, you know, every single time you listen to it, it is going to get you fired up. It's going to get you in the zone, and at least then you've got that as a tool there on your phone, on your iPod, on your iPhone, whatever your device, to just click of a button, and you know you can change your biochemistry just like that. So so I'm just gonna finish listening to this album today. I feel like the vibe it's giving me is really getting me set up for my work today. It's really going to give me a lot of that 100% concentration in what I'm doing. I'll probably keep this music on in the background as well, a little bit quieter, just to have it there as well. And another thing, work, you know, music for work is fantastic, and there's so many different things you can use to improve your mind towards work and your concentration and your performance, which again I'll speak about in another audio blog.